Welcome to the refill. It's your boy Ron Daniel. We got a good show for you tonight. Got a good show for you tonight. Let me get this stuff set up. Man, tonight we got a good show. If you're just not tuning in to the refill, I'm your host Ron Daniel. And this show is dedicated to everything gospel rap, everything Christian hip hop, everything promoting and saluting the DJs, the influencers, everybody that associate themselves with gospel rap, man. This is what this podcast for. Tonight we got a good guest, man. We got another special guest. You know, everybody we bring on the podcast, to us they all special guests because they all bring something different to the game. They all bring something different to gospel rap. You know, one thing I've been doing gospel rap forever, and I've seen it on the inside and outside. So I like to bring on cats, artists, you know, DJs, promoters, anybody that associate themselves with gospel rap, man. We bring them on to tell their story, not so much jumping on playing a lot of music, but to share their story, and hopefully, you know, what you hear from these artists that come on, it'll do something to ignite you to get involved with gospel rap. It'll do something to ignite you to, if you're a gospel rap artist, DJ or promoter, it'll do something to help you stay in the game too. So tonight, man, we got all the way from New Orleans, Louisiana, but he's in Houston, Texas. We're going to get into all this. He's from Houston. He's from New Orleans, but he's living in Houston. We're going to talk about all that tonight. We got Terrence Veal, a.k.a. Gifted Da Flamethrowa. We're going to get all up and down in the game tonight. We're going to talk about some things, and we're just going to let it roll and let it go, man. We're glad y'all tuned in. Let me plug them in. Y'all give me just a minute. Y'all know every week y'all turn on, we still learning this new stuff. Bobo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you loud and clear, good brother.
Already, man. We glad you're on, man. We glad you're on. We was
Hey,
talking
man, thank
before.
you for having me.
Oh, man, you already know, man. I tell people, man, we've been doing this now, I want to say for about a month solid. And
Okay.
I tell people, I said, man, one thing we do here on the refill is that we don't, you hear all the time, give the rappers their flowers. We ain't giving out no flowers. We give out what
Mm.
we call the Hog Award, the Hall of Glory Award, because
Nah.
gospel rap, it's a rough road. It's like, let me say this,
Yeah.
bro. I'm not real heavy on the gospel singing side. So if somebody asks me about
Mm.
some gospel singers, I don't know. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know some. I
yeah,
know the ones that's current. I say that.
yeah,
But there was a
yeah,
song back in the day where they said, "I'm coming up on the rough side of the mountain," and that's the
yeah.
only part I know. Gospel rap is
Yeah,
that rough side of the mountain. So we're gonna get into that tonight, man.
yeah.
Introduce yourself, man, to everybody that's looking tonight, man. That we just gonna get into this night.
Man, what's going down, man? Not special. I'm Gifted the Flamethrower, New Orleans native son, Houston's adopted son. I've been in Houston since 2005, Hurricane Katrina, man, and I've been rapping for God since '99. But I started rapping, man, shucks, 88, 87. And so I've been here, man, fell in love with the culture of hip hop, and then I fell in love with Jesus and merged it all together, and that's what it is, what it's gonna be.
Already, bro. Well, I tell you what, man. I tell people this all the time. Is that one thing I've been invested in gospel rap since 2000 solid,
Yeah.
and I tell people this: I keep my ear to the flow. And I told you that when we first jumped on. I keep my ear to the flow on what's happening, who doing what, whatever city, especially in the United States, whatever city. I done been coast to coast, meeting cats, linking
Hmm.
up with cats, and then social media make it easy. That's how we connecting now. And so
Uh-huh.
I've been following
Uh-huh.
you for a while, man. And I remember when I first heard of you, Gifted the Flamethrower,
Hmm.
and it was back. Matter of fact, I want to say we were somewhere in Texas, some show in Texas, just driving back. The thing was, I didn't meet you, but somebody came through there passing out some CDs. I was in Bryan, Texas. That's where I was. But they
Okay,
came
okay.
through there just passing out CDs. I said, who this Gifted Da Flamethrowa do? You know, and so Bryan, Texas to my
Yeah.
house, that's like 6 hours. I'm on the road. I'm in the Chevy getting it through the backwoods in Texas, trying to get back to the
You
house. I'm
right.
just bumping. I said, man, this
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
I said, this dude, all right. I said, he from Texas, but he sound like he from
Uh-huh.
Louisiana. That's what I first heard. I said, that's that Louisiana tone, man. Take us all the way back to what got you involved with guys. What was that thing that just snapped on in your head? That light that popped on that said, okay, this is what I need to be doing right here.
No doubt, man. Just running the streets, I got the same old hood story, man.
Right,
Sex, lies, drugs, and videotape.
right,
I had an appetite for destruction. Running in New Orleans, been shot in my face.
mm,
Bullet went straight through my jaw, and just being silly. And
right,
but I got my first deal at 14 with a company called Take Four.
right,
Then I went over to Smoke One Records, which was the first joint label to do. I mean, the first label to do a joint venture with Master P and
right,
with No Limit. And so at that time, our main artist was a cat by the name of Trey Eight. My people, man, he's dead now. God bless the dead. But him and Master P did a song called Fright Night on the Down South Hustlers, and P signed them to a deal with No Limit and Priority. So I came at the end of that and signed with the label. And we pushing. My wife Zeta was one of the main artists. At that
right.
time, my name was Hennessy, and we pushing. And the CEO of the label was my wife's brother, Mukes.
Mm,
And they had a sister that was super saved.
mm.
I mean, super saved. Like she used to keep she used to keep people pictures in the Bible and everything. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Saying
And
for
so
real.
yeah, and so this like I'm starting y'all off at like 95. Now I'm about to fast forward all the way to 99.
Right,
So we finally decided to go to church. Like I always believed in God, but I just looked at God like my partner. God, I'm going to do this or that. Don't let me get pulled over. Don't let this or whatever.
right,
And that's how I looked at God. I didn't know anything about obedience and faithfulness and things of that sort. And so, we went to church, and man, I just had an encounter, bro, that I never had before. At that time, the pastor, his name was Dwayne Johnson. He was a prophet, man. And that man started speaking into my life, and the stuff that he was saying, it had to be from God. Like it
mm,
wasn't that random stuff, like somebody up in here got a headache and, stuff like that, man. I had a real experience at the altar, dog. And so I was already rapping. And so from there, that pastor had asked us just to do a song for the youth. I
right,
mean, at the end of the day, I'm a writer. I can write a song about Skittles, you know what I mean, and make the
right,
words rhyme. It's nothing. But when I did that, man, it's like the feeling that came over, it just felt right. And so as we're growing, going to church, like the lifestyles didn't match up. All my life, I prided myself on being as authentic as possible. So anything I talked about, I did. I was next to somebody doing it, or I will 100% do it. And so
already.
even so, now that I'm in church, I had to carry that same energy, dog. So now that I'm
Mm,
not in the streets anymore, it felt stupid trying to rap about the streets when you're not in the streets anymore. And so from there, man, we just made the transition. I prayed, I asked God, look, if you want me to do this, because I didn't know nothing about Christian rap. I had never heard it. I heard MC Hammer pray. You got to pray. Pray. Oh, yeah, we pray. Pray. I sure ain't want to sound like that. Shout out to Hammer, but that's not how I wanted to rap. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right.
And so I asked God, like, look, if you want me to do this thing, you got to give me a voice on how to do it. And like that night, man, I wrote my first actual Christian rap in '99, and bang, bro. The rest just been history. We was pushing in New Orleans, 2005. Hurricane Katrina hit. I moved to Houston, and I met Trey Nine. It just so happened I was in the streets with my homie Trey Eight, and then when I got in the kingdom, I'm with a cat named Trey
Trey
Nine.
9.
And
Already.
Trey is the one that really showed me about the industry of Christian rap, Rapzilla, the South.com, and all of these artists that I had never heard of. And from there, I signed a deal with Much Love Records,
Right.
and bang, the rest history, dog.
Already, man. Shout out to that boy Trey Nine, man. We gonna get him
Oh
on here
man, shout
real
out
soon.
Tom, bro. Trey don't get enough of his flowers, bro. Trey a G, dog. Like
Already.
for real.
I met that brother in, man, I want to say Atlanta, Holy Hip Hop Awards. That's how I
Yeah,
met him.
yeah,
And
yeah,
man, that cat, when 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 we met, I knew, he was different then. Doing the
yeah.
what's the Texas Holy Hip Hop Awards show back in the
Uh-huh.
day. And so we tried to get to Texas a couple times. For some reason, we just couldn't get down to that show, man.
Yeah,
And but
yeah,
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 man, Trey Nine a real dude, man. He
yeah,
genuine.
bro.
I'm
Yeah,
with you. He don't get enough props for how he
yeah,
galvanize and bring people together.
yeah, bro.
Street and church. He
Yeah,
know how
street
he that
and church.
bridge, right?
Yeah,
He that
yeah.
bridge,
And not only that, man, just being evangelistic. You know what I
right,
mean? Dog,
right,
that I'd have been in the trenches with that white boy, and I'd do it anytime
right.
from for real. From Houston to Brazil to London. Man, me and Trinity got it in some of the darkest places you ever want to see, bro. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, so yeah, shout out to Trey, man.
Yes, sir. All right, we're gonna get him on the show soon, man. We're gonna reach out and
Yeah.
holler at him. Let me ask you this, man. So you first get in gospel rap. What was your first thoughts about gospel rap jumping in? Because I asked this to everybody, and everybody have their different perspective or their different experience when they first
Mhm.
jump in gospel rap. What was your when you first jumped in? Was it a shock? Was it like, oh man, this different? But tell us about it.
I was excited, bro, because it was a challenge for me. It was a new way of writing,
Right.
a new mindset. I'm learning all this information, and it was exciting for me because again, like I told you, I didn't know. I never heard anybody else.
Right.
So I'm doing this thing like straight out the mud, like straight me,
Already.
God, and the gift that He gave me. I ain't heard nobody that was like, oh, I can do this like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
so it was exciting for me, dog. Like we felt like we were pioneers, and like
Right.
in a city, like we had my whole camp, bro. It was my wife Zeta, my brother-in-law Prosperity, my son, young anointed. At this time, bro, man, my son was like 6, 7 years old,
Right.
killing. Like the boy's like a young Michael Jackson, bro, killing the scene. And like I said, my brother Mukes, he was the CEO, and we were just running the city, man. We had several people like a group called Foundation. We had Governor Odyssey, the Oracle. Man, we just had a whole bunch of people in the city, bro. Like just pioneering the game, dog. And so it was exciting. And then in 2005, when I learned about the actual industry and I learned about the craze and the
Right.
tunnel
Right.
rats and the gospel gangsters and just all these cats, man, I fell in love all over again. You know what I'm saying? Because now I actually saw an avenue that had been prophesied to me since '99, but now I actually saw the avenue where some of these things can actually be manifested in. So it was love, man. I loved it.
Right. 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 Now you mentioned some heavy hits, Lecrae, Tunnel Rats, them boys. That's Tunnel Rat. I never met them, but I met Lecrae a couple times. I did a couple things with him, and we're gonna get
Yeah,
him on too, man. But let me ask you this: gospel rap. You in it now. You moving around. You said '05 you started learning more about the industry. What's
hmm
your what's your thoughts about the gospel rap structure as far as it being related in the industry? Cause we hear this thing. I don't know if they say it no more. I hear sprinkles of it when they say the ministry before the industry. That's kind of
yeah,
like the gospel rap norm, coast to coast. You hear that a lot. But what's your
yeah,
thoughts as far as the industry aspect and how gospel rap fit in the industry, the music industry for real, for real?
yeah. Well, it's again, I like the way you kind of separated that because that's the issue.
Right,
We got to get past those semantics. If you go into the studio if you manufacture records and then you sell those records, I don't care what label you put on it, you are in the music industry.
Yes, sir.
You are manufacturing product and you're selling it.
Right,
You're not giving it away, you're selling it. You are at that point a recording artist.
right,
And so I've never had an issue with mixing ministry with industry, I guess because I come from the industry.
right,
You
right,
know what I'm saying? So I speak both languages. I've never understood the confusion. I mean, you should be authentically whoever you are in whatever setting that you're in. So whether you're in an outreach setting or whether you are in a business meeting discussing distribution and marketing and promotion, it shouldn't be an issue. I mean, any business that you're running, it takes money to operate that business. I don't care
right,
if you have a church or a snowball stand. So
right,
I don't. It's that confuses me when people be like, "Nah, man, it's ministry over industry." I mean, no, it's we know that goes without saying. Like, but you still gotta do business. I mean, that's just silly, you know. Like, so anyway, so for me, bro, I feel like a good steward. God gives you these avenues, He gives you these opportunities, He opens up these doors, and it's your job to steward them, man. So your ministry is in your heart, but if you're going to be in this industry, you have to know how to navigate it, and you have to navigate it in the correct manner.
right, 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 right. And I'm glad you hit on that business side because that's one thing I'm talking about. I tell people, man, that to me, that's like a real big weakness in gospel rap as a whole is the business
Yeah,
side, cause
yeah,
I know for us in the beginning, we was running around like everybody else, oh, we'll do this for free, do that for free. But at the same
yeah.
time, we was buying, paying CD. And them CDs was, not now, but back in the day,
Woo! Back in them
so,
days,
yes, sir.
what?
Yeah. So, you be like, hey, just
Man,
give me just 1,000 of them. Man, they might hit you for 2,200. And so
easy.
easy. And so I tell people, I say, we buying shirts, we buying CDs, wristbands,
Hmm.
flyers, whatever to make the table look good and
Hmm.
shows. And to
Hmm.
me, it's like the business side of gospel rap. That's what we fail big time. The
Hmm.
business side, because we run around and say, I do it for free, I do the gospel for free. And the
Hmm.
thing that I say is the gospel is free, but the ministry is cost. Those
That's
things
right.
cost. And so talk on what can we do as gospel rap as a whole to strengthen the business side of it. Because we need that. I tell cats all the time, a lot of cats they get out of gospel rap. One of the main reasons why they don't see no money. And they be
Yeah,
trying to be cool and not talk about it. But I'm like, man, I know cats personally. I don't drop names that
yeah,
just
yeah,
got out of because they like, hey, I ain't selling CDs, and
yeah,
I got to re up and do another album, and I ain't got the money. So what can
yeah.
we do business wise to strengthen Christian hip hop as a whole?
Well, we have to build infrastructure. That's always been
Right.
the problem. We've always had a bunch of rappers,
Yes, sir.
a bunch of rappers. Then the producers started coming around, but we don't have infrastructure. So you got to think about it. What we had to do was we had to turn churches into venues
Right.
and youth pastors into concert promoters,
Right. I
and
like that.
that's
Right.
never been that's never going to work. That's why it doesn't work.
Right.
We need infrastructure, man. We need people to come up and not rap. We need concert promoters that have the ability to rent venues,
Right.
bring in artists, sell tickets, promote those venues on the radio, on TV, just like the secular game.
Yes, sir.
We've never had that as an infrastructure. Also, it's just a disease just in Christianity, period, man. It baffles me that argument of paying for things, man. People will come to your table and they would affirm you to know, like, oh my God, you was amazing. Oh, you blessed me. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this your CD? Oh, how much is it? Oh, it's $10. Oh, I don't have nothing on me right
Right.
now,
Right.
but God bless you. Oh, you
Right.
did so good. not realizing your $10 is the thing that helps fuel this thing. So we have to get into the conversation of the people. The people have to see the value in their hearts, and after they see the value in their hearts, they have to see the value in their wallets, and they have to support. They have to buy the merchandise. They have to buy the music. They have to share the music. Infrastructure, and that has always been a struggle. And at this point, to be honest with you, big homie, I don't see it getting better. I still don't see
Right.
the infrastructure, even now, because now everything is slowing down, even before COVID,
Right.
touring and, even here in Houston, at one time, Houston was like the premier place for any type of Christian rap concert. It was
Right.
nothing back in like 2007, 2008 on down for us to have 5 events in a weekend. That was common. But now, man, you better hear about one event a month,
Mm.
and so I don't know what's happening uh, in the atmosphere. I don't know what God is doing, but that infrastructure still has not been built. And that's what we need. We need podcasts, we need radio stations, we need the people. And also, I don't want to go off on a long tangent, but this is my heart, bro. Like, this is something
Go
that I
ahead
live
with it,
and
bro.
breathe.
Go ahead.
We also need people to stop locking in on artists, bro.
Right.
On the secular side, people are always looking for new music. They're always on YouTube searching the underground, always on SoundCloud searching. Like, they're always looking for a new artist. But on the Christian side, you got cats that's been listening to Fred Hammond for 35 years,
Right.
and it don't
Right.
matter who come out. If it ain't Fred, it ain't nothing.
It ain't right.
And
Right. Right.
it's the same thing on the rap side. Once they lock in on Andy Mineo, or once they lock in on Flame, or Brian Trey, or whoever they knock in on, you literally, as long as you don't do nothing crazy, you literally have that fan for 20 years.
Right.
They never look left. They never look right, bro. I never forget. I did an event in Dover, Delaware, and when I went there, these people actually thought that Reach Records was the only Christian rappers in the world,
I
bro.
know. Been there.
They
Been there.
had no idea. Like,
Right.
after I left, I showed them Rapzilla. I showed them the South.com.
Right.
Like, I showed them, nah, man, it's hundreds. Get involved,
Right.
So infrastructure, bro. We have to build infrastructure, and we have to support one another.
That's it, man. Man, you hit it on the head, man. That's why I was like, that's one thing with this podcast, man. We want that. I want to say that holy girdle. I just say that,
Yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
this industry that we done put blood, sweat, tears, fate, money, everything in it
So, bro,
to see it work. You see what I'm saying?
so, bro.
To move ahead. And so, I'm gonna pack some things you were saying about
Mm-hmm,
one about, people not knowing that it's here. Like you said, they lock in, and
mm-hmm,
I know I see some of the mediums now, some of the websites, they lock in only on certain artists and they stick there. And I'm like, man, y'all ain't
mm-hmm,
tapped into Memphis, y'all ain't tapped into Rocktown,
mm-hmm,
Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Houston, Dallas. Y'all just tapped in on these certain artists and y'all featuring these
mm-hmm,
artists every single week, week after week, week after
mm-hmm,
week. And you ain't tapping in on the Gifted Da Flamethrowa down in
mm-hmm,
Houston. You know what I'm saying? What we doing
mm-hmm.
here in the Rocktown. So man, I done been in and had them conversations. Folks be like, man, I didn't know. I thought it was just Reach Records. I'm like, no,
Yeah, yeah,
man,
yeah.
it is,
And
man.
there's no knock to reach. I
Right,
mean,
right,
that's what they're
right, right,
supposed to do. But it's
right,
just for the media companies, man. Like, you don't realize you're putting a chokehold on the game.
right.
You know.
And I'm gonna say this too. One thing you mentioned about the podcast. One thing we doing here is, helping to build the media side of gospel rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just build it out. That's why we feature artists like yourself and all the artists that came on and artists that's coming, I know for the next 2 months, bro, we booked the next 2 months, November, December too.
Oh,
Yes, sir. When the Lord told us to do it, I was like, okay, I do holler at a lot of cats, let me see. That's the first thing I said. And
yeah,
man,
yeah,
them
yeah, yeah.
boys was jumping on. Yeah, I'm on, I'm with it. And so, but what we doing with the refill for those who watching, we building out the media
Yeah.
side. Like you said, the home at C. Michael and St. Louis, they have a
Mhm.
podcast. They building it out. So I
Mhm.
like what you said about the infrastructure, the business, and even the money part, man. I tell cats all the time, when these cats do these shows and then they get on that road. You been on that road, man, so you know where I'm finna
Oh
go with
yeah.
this. You get on that
Oh yeah.
road, and then especially when let's say if you're getting out of, I've been to Houston a couple times. You get out of
Mhm.
Houston, you come back to the Rock Town. It ain't nothing but trees and woods up and
Mhm.
down that
Mhm.
highway. So you give you a chance to think. And a lot of these cats like, man, I don't know if I can get back out here again because they ain't got the money. They don't have the infrastructure.
Mhm.
They don't have the business insight. I used to tell cats here,
Mhm.
I said, man, Google is your friend. Read up on this stuff. Get off that
Mhm.
PlayStation. Get off Netflix and read and
Mhm.
figure this stuff
Mhm.
out. Let me ask you this,
Mhm.
bro. Gospel rap. What where do you see it going? You mentioned that a little bit a while ago. Where do you see it going from where it started, from when you came in to where it's at now? Where you see it going?
My bro, uh, dog. I've been here right since
Right.
'99. You know what I'm saying? And I see it dwindling, bro.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, man. And I'm gonna speak on it from different angles. The first angle, I'm afraid of what's happening spiritually.
Right.
Once that shift happened, the whole energy of I'm not a Christian rapper, I'm just a
Yeah,
rapper that's a
man.
Christian.
Yeah, man. Talk on
Once,
that.
yeah, once that energy hit the game, dog, um, it shifted everything.
Right.
And so it's like this new generation, this new crop that we have, like, there's no power behind it. They don't even want any power behind it. There's no
Right.
anointing behind it. It's just music. And so now, inside of the genre, we got a bunch of positive rappers,
Right. Right.
which is okay. I mean, yeah, if that's what you want to do. But when you're talking about the aspect of Christian rap, then our main thing is the Great Commission. Our music is supposed to point you to the cross, not just be positive. If you want to just be a positive artist, I think you need to go to another genre.
Right.
Um, and so, with that aspect, bro, it's changing the mindset and it's making the people of God be like, you know what? I ain't bringing that to my church.
Right.
I ain't bringing that. And that shut down a whole bunch, bro. So on the spiritual side, I'm concerned. On the natural side, man, we have a real opportunity, bro. We have some amazing artists, amazing producers, amazing videographers. We even have amazing just acts like Willie Moore Jr. and cats like that are
Right.
just great personalities. Like we can compete in the mass market at this time. So I really, to answer that question, dog, I don't know, bro. Like I used to be able to answer it one way, but I'm
Right.
not as optimistic as I once was. I'm not a pessimist either, but I'm just looking at it from a genuine point of view. And when I look at this new crop, I'm concerned. Like I shouldn't have to hear your record and wonder if you're talking about Jesus or not.
Right.
Not if
Right.
we
Right.
talking about Christian rap. Now if we talking about something. If we talking about something else, then that's fine.
Right.
But if we talking about Christian rap, it needs to be well defined.
Right.
And at this point in time, I don't see it being well defined. So I'm actually concerned about where it's going. Let me
Right.
ask you, what do you feel like?
Bro, I'm gonna echo everything you say. Cause I've been talking about it for years. You know, the thing that shift gospel rap is when that start coming out about I'm not a rapper. I'm a rapper that's a Christian. I ain't a Christian rapper. I'm a Christian that ain't a rapper. And all that fool I
Yeah.
call that foolishness is that. And then I saw cats on TV talking about, Christian rap is corny in
Oh
front
man.
of a national audience.
Oh
And
man.
I'm
I
just
would
saying,
love. No, no. Wait. Let me slide in. Let me
go
let me
ahead.
add. Let me add more insult to that because Trey Nine actually brought Sway down
Right, right.
to the
I
Texas Hip
remember.
Hop Awards,
I
right?
remember.
And Sway stood on stage and said, "Man, I now see what hip hop has been missing."
I remember.
So we 100% was like winning Sway over.
Yes, sir.
So for you to sit in front of that man as one of our big dogs
Mm-hmm.
and say something that reckless and that disrespectful and that stupid. Now don't get me wrong, homie apologized for that and
Right,
all that, you know
right.
what I'm saying? But hey, the sentiment still
It's
echoed,
out
even
there.
though, you know what I'm saying, it's out
Right,
there. And so I just wanted to add that tidbit that Sway was, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't good for Sway here.
right,
That's
right,
all I'm
right,
gonna say.
right. And the thing is, to me, it's like, I keep it a book. Cats that know me know me. I keep it a whole thou wow with
Yeah,
anybody. Cause we over on our end, we really invest in this culture. We really invest in gospel rap. Like we
yes
10
indeed.
toes down with it for real. When I see
Yes
what you
indeed.
doing, you 10 toes down. I hear it in the
Yes
music.
indeed.
I follow you for years. I follow a lot of cats. I say, okay, these cats for real. So when I see that, it's kind of like cats climbing the mountain. The only way I can describe it, it's like cats climbing the mountain, make it to the mountaintop, then turn around and start spitting on everybody climbing that same mountain.
Um, if I said, but I'm gonna tell you something. For me, I take it personal, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because of the sacrifices that me and my team made, bro. Like when you look at the ice cream man, that white Lexus
Yes,
that's
sir.
on the front of the album cover, that's my brother's car, dog.
Man.
When you look at the video, that white Lexus that P driving in, that's my brother's car, bro.
With them with
Like
them
we
honey with them
wasn't,
honey spokes and bows on it.
yes, sir,
Yeah,
yes,
man.
sir. That was my brother's car.
Right,
No, we wasn't outside of the game. We was in the game.
right.
No, when we got saved, my wife was in negotiations with Bad Boy, bro.
Mm,
With Bad Boy and with Tommy Boy in negotiations. I'm sitting in New York at the table with Puff Daddy and Lawyer, man.
mm.
And so at this time, we in church, dog. I get an offer from when Roy Jones started Body Head
I
Entertainment.
remember. I
I
remember that.
I get an offer to come over there and be a writer, bro. When Lil Wayne started Young Money Records, my homie Currency the Hospital Spitter invited me to come to Miami with him to sit at that table, dog. We turned all that down, bro,
Mm.
to pick up a cross. So I take it personal
Yeah,
when
man.
I see cats that God has bust open the doors for and actually allowed them to have careers.
Yes, sir.
You heard me? Like actual careers in this thing where your music is actually supporting your lifestyle and you're not struggling and you disrespected at that level, bro. I take it personal, dog. I
Man.
don't understand.
Man.
You know what I mean?
You hit it, man, cause I feel the same thing. I can echo everything you saying because what I tell cats is when you in gospel rap and you got the faith, you're making the music, you investing your own money, you have to take it that person, and,
Yeah.
and, and you do feel that way. Cause I was like, here in the city, we did. I'm gonna take you back. We did an event called the Lifeline for about 9 years at the State House Convention Center across the street from where my office is right now, about 2 blocks across the street. And
Okay.
so we did that for 9 years. I met cats that would drive 20 hours, literally, from Denver, Colorado, Las Vegas, Kansas City, Florida, Georgia, Atlanta, wherever, Houston, to drive up here, bro, do a 20-minute set, sit for the rest of the show, and turn around, get in their car, and drive back home 20 hours
Wow.
that night.
Wow.
So I'm like,
Wow.
we putting all this money into making a conference grow, people coming, and then when I hear that stuff, I'm like, come on, man. You know, you can't do
Yeah,
that to
bro.
folks that's in it. Now, even though no cats apologize, I get it, but it's still
Mm-hmm.
out there. Cause now, like you said, it shifted. And so that's why I
Yeah.
go, you see the game. You see it for
Mm-hmm.
real. You're not just saying, oh, I'm rapping. No, you see it because a lot of cats that don't know each other saying the same
Mm-hmm.
thing. They saying when
Mm-hmm.
that happened, it just made cats think different. You know, and like you
Mm-hmm.
said, now you hear
Make
music
us
now.
think different.
Right. You hear the music
Yeah.
now, and you got these
Yep.
cats. They just want to go bar for bar, and they'll say, "Oh,
Yep.
Jesus or God" 1 or 2 times, and that's it. I'm like, no, dog,
Yep.
that's not what it is. So let me ask you
Yep.
this: how, how do you feel about you got the younger cats coming up? I tell cats all the time. I say, I got a few more albums in me. I'm building this media thing out. I'm good. But you
Mm-hmm.
got the
Mm-hmm.
younger cats coming up. And
Mm-hmm.
so how has your response been with them? Like as far as do they seek mentorship? Do they seek discipleship? Or you see what I'm saying? Or are they saying like, now you did your thing, Flamethrower, I'm finna do mine. You get out the way, I'm
Yeah,
finna do
bro.
my thing.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I rock who I rock with. I mentor who I can mentor.
Right.
But speaking overall, just doing a broad generalization, nah, that's the attitude. The
Right.
attitude is, man, forget having a mentor. Now these boys don't even go to church.
Right. 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 For sure, for sure.
Forget getting disciple. These boys not even getting a regular little hot 20-minute word on the Sunday. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Yeah, but I got some young cats that I had the opportunity to constantly point to and things of that sort. But on the overall, nah, bro, like this new generation is real stiff neck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're real stiff neck, and then you got to understand that by them being welcomed, into certain areas, onto certain platforms, at that point they can't even see the error in their ways.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who is Ryan? Who is gifted to tell me that I'm doing something wrong when this website just posted my video and I got 6,000 views on it?
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna believe these 6,000 people in their website before I believe these 2 dudes.
Right. Right.
And that's just the attitude of the mindset, bro. Like it's a real stiff neck generation. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Hey, man, you sound like me, cause I keep it a
Yeah.
book with them boys. I've ran across some that they may call or inbox, and ask some questions, and then when you start really taking them down through there with your own experience, they're like, oh, I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah.
I say, okay,
Yeah.
well,
I have
do you, man?
no. I don't show you how bad it's getting. I ain't gonna expose them to dude, but I had one conversation going back and forth. Should Christian rappers cuss on their records?
Man, let's talk about that.
And I'm like, dog, this shouldn't even be an argument, bro. Like I don't even understand what the debate is. I mean, like that
Right,
it's like a no. I thought it was a no brainer.
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? But dude went to looking at me, and dude told me verbatim. He said, "Man, I'm an English major, man. Like I majored in English, and it's like these words that we call cuss words are not really words." He went to like giving me a science on it. I'm like, look, homie, you way smarter than me. I'm gonna just keep it a thou wow with you. I don't even know what you're talking about right now. You majored in English, but hear me out, dog. The society we live in, this a cuss word, that's a cuss word, that's a cuss word.
already.
So, and as you about to leave this society, you gonna have a hard time trying to convince the whole world that the F word is not the F word and the B
Right,
word is not the B word. I
right,
mean, you can wear
right,
yourself out having that conversation. Why do you want to include this into this genre? You don't see
right,
that is satanic.
right,
You don't
right,
see that.
right.
And dude really didn't feel what I was saying, bro, at all. You know what I'm saying? But asking me how I feel about it, I mean, come on, man, that's foolishness, man. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's foolishness. That's foolishness. I'm gonna say it 10 more times. It's just like even saying the N word.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
In
right.
records, like a lot of my homies do it. A lot of my homies do it, and we didn't had some good conversations, some good debates about it. And I also see a lot of my homies backing up all from doing it, dog. That don't make you real, dog. Like, my come from the block, homie. Like, dudes, dog, a real street dude, they not looking for no mirror, homie. They looking for something totally different.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? They not, yeah, you ain't got to talk like them, act like, dog. Be who you are.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying? And a real cat, if you dealing with somebody real, they gonna identify with that 1000%. You ain't gotta dress up your music and try to make it, you know what I mean? Like, well, you're not doing like this, so I can get to the end. Dog, at the end of
Right,
the day,
right,
dog,
right,
the,
right,
the, the Bible says it's the anointing that's gonna destroy the yoke. It ain't
right,
you.
right, right.
It ain't you. So I mean, that's just something that cats. That's an insecurity. You got some cats that have manufactured their testimonies, and so they come into the church where it's safe at, and they turn into 50 Cent mixed with Scarface, mixed with Freddy Krueger, mixed with Rambo, and you know what I'm saying? They fabricate these amazing war
Right.
stories, and anyway, bro, it's foolishness, dog. But that's how I see it, dog. Like, it's foolish.
Man, look here, man. You the hit moment laugh because I'm like, these some conversations that need to be talked about. But I'm like,
Yeah,
why are we talking about cats cussing and saying the N word in a gospel rap song?
it don't
I'm
even
like,
make sense.
I'm like, come on, man. And I like what you hit on how, and I see this a lot too, and I hear it too. How cats were like, they try to portray something, trying to get these cats out here in the streets for real,
Hmm.
saved and delivered. I was on a Zoom conversation. When you said that, I just thought about that. I was on a Zoom conversation about almost a month ago, and I was telling that audience, I said, look, I was on a Zoom conversation with um, gospel singers, and it was
Yeah.
two gospel rappers, but everybody else, it's about 12 other people that's gospel sing. And I told them, I said, look, I said, your target audience and my target audience are two different target audience. I said, I
Straight up.
literally rapped, and I'm talking about across the street from them boys getting it in you. And they looking at us
Yeah.
like, what y'all doing over here? What y'all
Yeah.
finna do? So everybody with me, half of them was like kind of nervous, like, say, man, you sure God told you to come out here? I was like, yeah. I said, stick around. So, hey, when you talked about the banging in Little Rock, let me tell you how God operates. Then I'm gonna ask you, then we're gonna talk about the album and the music you just dropped.
Bet.
I
Bet.
listened
Bet.
to
Bet.
it. I listened to it earlier today, man. That blood on the breath, that thing bumping, man. We gonna
Thank
put
you,
that in
man.
record. Hey,
Thank you,
look
dog.
here. I ain't saying that cause it's interview. I'm saying that cause that thing bumping for real. But
Thank you, dog.
I was telling him, I said how God operate. That same spot that was featured on the Bang in Little Rock, bro. We
Hmm.
went out there and set up a show in the same park. Now look here,
Come on.
25 Blood Gang members for real in the park, looking at us like, what y'all doing over here? And so
Come on.
we had one person on our street team. She was like, she told me, she said, we was under the stage setting it up. It's like 100 degrees, bro.
Hmm.
Setting up the stage, cooking the food, giving all the grocery stores in the area gave us free food to give out to people. They say, hey, take it, give it out. We don't care.
Yeah. Showing love.
Right. So it's like, and then let me tell you, the day before, we was at a Kroger's parking lot passing out flyers. Right when we was finna go, one of the cats saw the flyer. He said, hey man, he said, y'all finna do this in that park over there tomorrow? It's like, yeah, come on out there. He said, this is what he told me. He said, man, somebody gonna die tomorrow. I said, no. And I started to
Wow.
laugh because I told him, I said, no. I said, I know somebody bigger than everything out there in that park. We gonna be all right. So
Straight up.
fast forward to the next day, we at this park setting up. One of my street team members was like, hey, she was kind of like, are you gonna ask them to leave without asking me? So I looked up on the stage. I said, no, they supposed to be here. Tell them to get the hot dogs, give them whatever they cook, and tell them to give us 30 minutes. We ready. Man, that
Yeah.
show got going. About 8 of them stayed. Now look, the park packed now, like 200 folks out there. Folks dropping their
Yeah.
kids off like, oh, okay, it's free food, entertainment, okay, good. 8 of them. Now, it was 8 of them stayed, but about 5 or 6 of them, bro, listen to me, walked up to me, putting the dope money in my hand, told me,
Yeah.
bro, bring this back.
Yeah.
Bring this back. We need this over here. I had one
Yeah.
person to this day. We had a follow-up meeting about 3 days later with everybody that worked on the committee. And I showed them, I said, look, we didn't even ask for an offering. They was giving us the drug money, Joker. And
Yeah.
so I had one person that had an issue with it. He said, man, I don't know about that. I said, man, let me tell you something. At the time, I owned a barber shop. And I told him, I said,
Yeah.
man, let me tell you something. I said, when I cut these cats' head, they come in the shop, I cut everybody from them boys. I'm talking about selling everything illegal you can think about in the streets, to the
Straight
lawyers,
up.
to the judges, to the doctors,
Yeah.
to the cats. Everybody come in my shop, get a haircut.
Straight up.
I said, I don't know what they doing with that money. Don't care. I said, they need a
Yeah.
haircut. I said, the same
Yeah.
thing here. I said, we pray and we ask God to help us. God say, hey, Rondaniel, do this. And you like, okay, Lord, you asked me to do this for real. But then the day of the show, he make a provision to do more shows. And so that's what I was
Yeah.
telling him. But the thing is, man, is that, man, everything you saying tonight, that's how I know you in the game and you see it, and more cats need to be listening to what you got to say about gospel rap, because you invested in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Let's get into this
Believe that.
song, man. This track, Blood on My Breath. Now, we're gonna bump that next Thursday. Next Thursday we bumping it. We got it in
No doubt. No
rotation
doubt.
Thursday night. Man,
I appreciate you, man.
we're gonna get Vaughn One on there too. We'll get on.
Yeah.
I met him in passing. Was it Austin? We was somewhere in Texas. I met him just passing through. You know how you be at them
Uh-huh.
events, everybody got their
Uh-huh.
tables and passing out information. You know, I met him at one of those events. It might have been Austin or Dallas somewhere, but I was in Texas. I
Uh-huh.
did meet him.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna get him on
Uh-huh.
soon, man. Talk about that track, man. What was your people see that blood on your breath? I know what you say when I heard it, but explain
Yeah.
that track, man.
That's it, man. It's produced by my partner from out of New Orleans, man. D Water with D Water Productions.
Right.
Long time friend of mine, all the way from the second era from the '90s.
And I hear that New Orleans all up and down the track, bro. All up
Yeah,
and
he
down
killed
the
it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So that's it. That blood on my breath, man. It's man, this is a painful walk, bro. Like
Right.
on both sides. I mean, we get bloody, dog. Like this thing. When I got saved in '99, I thought that I was about to walk into butterflies and
Oh man,
people playing flutes and
yeah,
people
man.
hugging me, and you know what I mean. Like, I
Right.
thought everything about to change, but I found out that's when the war gets started. You know
Yes,
what I
sir.
mean? So, it's just, it's an absolute analogy about the fight that we fight in the natural and in the spirit, bro. It's a
Right.
bloody fight, man. This thing ain't easy, dog. Like, that's why I tripped out when Ice Cube had did that song, If You Scared, Go to Church. Remember that some years ago?
Right.
He did that with the West Side Connection. It was
I
like,
remember.
go to church, boy. Like, boy, we the most gangstest thing known to man. Cause dog, if you do me something,
Yes, sir.
it ain't nothing for me to batch in your mouth. That's easy.
Right.
But see, on the flip side, you do me something, and I gotta forgive you.
Man.
What?
Hey,
That's a whole nother type of fight, dog.
man, been
That's
there.
a whole nother type of man, especially when you know you was a dog in the streets.
Yes, sir.
Especially when you know, dog, I would choke you until you turn blue.
Yes, sir.
And you gotta humble yourself and
Yes,
walk
sir.
in humility.
That Chris,
Boy,
hey,
it don't get
that straight and now was something else, ain't it, man?
boy. It don't get no more gangster than that, boy.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's really the analogy of the record, man. It's really talking about going to war, dog. Like,
Right.
in the natural and in the spirit, bro. It's a fight. That's what the whole record is about. It's the
Right.
fight that we fight as
Right.
men and women of God.
Let me ask you this, bro. We got a couple of more minutes, man. Then we got to get
I'm
ready for
good
the
with you,
next one.
man. Yeah.
What's next for you, bro? We
Oh
gonna
man, said
what's
bro.
next for you?
I still got this music in me. I still love the creation of the
Right.
music, man. Right now, bro, I'm sitting on like 5 albums already.
Man, drop them.
You know what I mean? I'm a writer, dog.
Yes,
Like this
sir.
project, Authentic, that I just dropped. This is my 18th project.
Mm.
You know, you go to my website, imgifted.net. I got 12 free mixtapes, and I have 6 retail albums, man. So next, bro, it's just music. You know,
Right.
more music, more videos. You know, I'm part of Kingdom Music with Brian Trejo and
Right.
everything.
Right.
So you know, once this COVID thing slow down, you'll be seeing more touring, man. Just being used by God, dog. You know, like no more, no less, bro. Like however far he take, however far he don't take it. I got the same brand. You put me in front of 2 people, you put me in front of 2,000, you gonna get the same ministry. So that's
Already,
what I
man.
got coming next, dog. There's more music, more ministry. I have a podcast also. I gotta get you on my podcast, man.
Let me know,
It's
man.
called it's called Running My Mouth Podcast
Right.
because I'm with you, bro. Like we getting older, so we gotta get ready for them transitions. And I want to
Right.
make sure that I stay in media in some way, form, or fashion. So I got my podcast rolling. I just uploaded 2 days ago the 50th episode, number
Oh,
50.
that's what's up, man. Congrats on that.
So
Right.
thank you, man. Thank you, dog. And so that's it, bro. Just being the old sharecropper. Whatever God got me to do, I'm gonna do it. As long as I
Already,
can
man.
make it sound good, we gonna
That's
do
it.
it.
That's it. Let me ask you with this last one, man. This ain't gospel
Hmm.
rap related. But
Hmm.
I'm on your page and I see you fool with them J's.
Oh man.
Which one of your favorite, man?
Okay, so my I don't have one favorite. All
Right,
right.
right. I'm the
So
same way. I ain't got one favorite.
yeah, I ain't got one
Right.
favorite. So I go with my 11s, my
Yeah.
12s, my 13s, and see, it's something with the five. Like fives used to be like
Right.
in my top one, but said, bro, the way they making the material
I
now,
know,
those
man.
fives crease. It's like they
Man.
crease as soon as you buy them, dog.
Don't it? Don't it?
So yeah, I hate that, man. So anyway, so like the 11s, the 12s, 13s, that's probably like my top 3, bro. But I've been wearing J's since I was a baby, dog. Like
Man.
I've been, since there was $80 in the store, man. Like cats are on them the way they own them now, but that's
Right.
really like my favorite tennis shoe. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so, that's some people smoke weed, some people drink. I buy tennis shoes, dog. That's my
Man,
thing. That's
talk
my
talk your
vice.
talk, man.
That's my vice. You know what I'm saying? That's
Hey,
my vice. You
I'm the
know?
same way, man. I'm the same. I tell cats, man. I used to tell them young cats in the barber shop. I said, man, y'all jumping on something. We was already on. I said, they
Oh
was asking
yeah,
me.
man.
People always ask me, man, you always wearing them J's, man. And I tell them, I said, my favorites, everything 2 to 14. Y'all can keep the rest
Everything
of them.
2 to 14. I'm
2
with
to
you. I can't go
14.
past 14.
I can't go past 14, man.
Can't go past 14.
I'm seeing these new ones they make it. I told somebody, I follow one of the pages on Facebook, and I told him, I
Yeah.
said, man, look, it's time for Tinker Bell and them boys to retire, man. They gave us some
Time
they
for them to
gave us some
retire.
good
Yeah.
ones, but to me, they need to bring in some fresh blood with some fresh
Some fresh
ideas.
blood. Yeah. But
Cause
I'm gonna tell you something, right? Hey, about them numbers. They got some 34s, bro. Jordan 34s,
right,
dog.
right,
That's all white and like chrome.
right.
Hey, they
I'm gonna
kind of
look them up.
nice, bro.
I'm gonna look them up.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. They kind of. I didn't get them, but they kind of nice. But
Hey,
I
hey,
agree, dog.
that newest release they just put. I think that's the 35. That newest one, I just saw the bread. No, not the bread colorway. I saw the
Mhm.
I mean, they just came out like a week ago. I said, okay, they look. I had seen them from a different angle. I said, okay, they look
Yeah,
alright.
yeah.
But Tinker and them boy, we gonna salute Tinker and them. They gave us some classes, man. Time for them boys to sit
Yeah,
down, man.
but it's
They
time to sit down,
they
bro.
got to sit down.
Yeah, bro. Tink been around forever. And
Right,
just what, just when you know that name, that's when you know you're a shoe head. You heard me?
right, right,
Tink,
right.
Tink been around. Yeah, you and I, bro. Go ahead, retire. Lay
Sit
it down,
down,
dog.
man. We gonna. Hey, I love to chop it up with him, man. But that's hey, man.
Yeah,
Tink. Hey, I
yeah.
think
But
Tink just going to the office. He's like, hey, man, it look good to be pushing on out there.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. But
no, man.
what my complaint, bro? They dropping too fast, bro.
Yeah,
That's
man.
my
They
complaint, bro.
right.
They dropping like ping, ping, ping.
Right.
So it kind of watered down the game a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, bro, I'm a sneakerhead. But I'm not a slave to Jordans. I got everything in my closet. I got
Right.
Yeezys, All Stars, Nikes, Reeboks. I
Right.
wear it all, but Jordans, and that's my heart right there, man.
Same here, man. I'm the same way. I fool with J's all day. I got
Yeah,
everything in my closet, man. All kind of
yeah,
shoes. And cats were like, man, them things you just got them. I said, man, I had these shoes 5 years ago and just now started wearing.
woo,
They
dog,
just sitting
yeah.
there,
It's
marinating.
and that what I put cats on that game, dog. Dude be looking at my feet like thinking I go shopping every day, dog.
Right.
Dog, I still got my braids from 2011, bro.
Man.
And it looked like I just got them yesterday. And
Yes,
I got,
sir.
dog, I'm not rich, man. You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? So when you drop that 220, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
That's an investment. You know what I'm
hey, you said that
saying?
220.
You
Hey,
drop
and
that
then look here.
220. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna say this before I get off. When I had my shop, I cut all the shoe boards, man. So Cass was like, "How you get these shoes, man? You know you ain't standing in no line, Joker. You ain't in the store."
Yeah,
I said, "Man, I love the shoe board. They come in on Friday and
yeah,
say, hey, you good? Size 13?
yeah.
Hey, and they collect everybody in the shop." And they come back through
I
about 10
see.
boxes. Hey, I'm dropping them off,
Yeah,
pass them out.
yeah.
So, yeah,
I
man,
hit
that
my,
220.
I, I hit my plug,
Right.
you know, for like the holidays and stuff, cause he gonna add on like a high 50
I
for
know,
me
I
to
know,
get
I
him.
know. That's that
You know what I'm
lunch money. Give
saying?
him that lunch
That's
money.
that lunch money. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm with you. I got a couple of plugs, dog.
Yeah, man. Hey, every time them exclusives come out, and I know, okay, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go to the front line. I get that text. Hey, man, you good? I'm
Yeah,
good. Let me know. Hey, cash out. Here you go.
yeah.
Go shoot them to
Look,
me.
I had to hit my plug for them off white fours.
Mm,
The khaki ones, I needed them, dog. I had
mm.
my plug on them. Right now, man, them things reselling for like in between 12 and $3,000,
I
man.
know, man. I know the game. The game. You know, they trying to make it
Crazy.
upside down, but it's
It's
it's it's
crazy.
I tell people, I said, man, I thank God for the plugs. I love the plug. And they, hey, whatever. And look, if I used to say before I get off here, I used to tell Kat, they say, hey, man, who the dude you use and get your shoe? I said, man,
Yeah.
look, I said, I'm not going to even waste bro time because if, well, let me tell you the mistake I did a long time ago. I'm going to tell you what I did.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I'll be like, okay, somebody come and say, hey man, I know I'm just gonna say the bread 11. They want those.
Hmm.
So I'm in there chopping. Hey man, they want this shoe. So okay. They come up, got the shoe ready. I had one plug that will pay for the shoe for me, and he be like, hey, I know you good. Just give me the money when I see. I said,
Just
okay.
give me the money. Yeah.
So
That's good business.
I tried to man help a cat, man. He come through with the shoe. Man, why we knocking on this dude door for the mother to say, man, pay this dude? Oh
Yeah.
man, I change. Ain't no change, no man. So I
Ain't
said
no change
hey,
no
I
man.
said from that day, I said I ain't helping nobody. I said if you want the cats that I use, 250, and I give you his
Yeah.
number.
I
I
do I do the same thing. You gotta give me the money up front.
up front. That's it.
Yeah, you gotta give me the money up front.
I'll
Yeah.
do that.
Can't do that.
I said, call. They want that 220, and you got them getting a little lunch money, and you
Yeah.
good. And
Yeah.
and I'm saying,
Yeah.
depend on which shoe it is, you got to pay a little more.
Little more. Cause guess
Yes, sir.
what? That thing I didn't drop the 300
Hey,
before.
been there,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
Hey,
I'll do it often. You know what I mean? But
yes, sir.
yeah, no.
Man, you sneak ahead for real, man. But I tell you what, bro, man, this was good, man. This was good, man. Look at man. Now we
Yeah,
consider you a fam of the show now, man. Look here.
no doubt, man. That's
Anytime
love,
you
man.
want to come on, man, look here. Hit me up anytime, man. Look here. Whenever you're ready for me to come on your podcast, let me know.
No
And
doubt.
if you got any last things, man, just let everybody know what it is.
Man, just bro, I just want to just thank you for your platform, dog. I
Already.
don't take it lightly, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for opening up something, you know what I'm saying, and letting me come on, bro. I honor you and everything that you're doing, man. And thank you, man. And y'all make sure y'all get connected with me, follow me, at the real gifted, THE, the real gifted. and hit their website for the music. You know what I'm saying? I am gifted.net, man. Rock with your boy.
Already. On that note, we gonna get off this thing, man. We glad y'all tuned in to the refill. Oh, let me click this right here. We glad y'all tuned in to the refill. I'm your host, Ron Dane. Listen, y'all tune in the next 30 minutes. We got Preach Boy Span coming on, man. We just gonna chop it up like we always do. Man, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate Gifted Da Flamethrowa coming on, and we gonna see y'all next week, next time.